Hi everybody, Skye Eddy Bruce here with the Soccer Parenting Association, and I wanted to bring you this short clip of an interview I recently did with Ian Barker, the Director of Coaching Education for the NSCAA. I had asked Ian about youth development in the United States and what the best way to develop our youth players is given the size of our country. Here's his response.
I will say this, if people think about it for a second, and we think about 10-month players and prohibitions on who you can play for and can't play for, so we're telling children and parents, you can't play for your high school, you can't play ODP, you can't do this, you must train this many times. In most countries, that is the domain of young aspiring professionals, the majority of whom never make it, and then have to go and find what the next opportunity is. We are now doing that in this country on a wholesale basis. And it's unclear that most of those children should be being trained to be aspiring professionals. But we're mapping that type of what they do at Man United's academy or Barcelona's or Real Madrid's or Arsenal women. We're mapping that on to a vast number of American kids. And we know that internationally, those kids, when they fail, aren't necessarily, there's no safety net created for them. That doesn't seem like a very American long-term product. So I think, college remains, that is the end game for the majority of our parents. They want to see their children have better educational opportunities, to have better employment opportunities, and that employment may be NWSL, MLS, but for the majority it's not going to be. But we don't flush our kids out, or we don't expect our kids to be flushed out like they are in European, South American, Central American soccer programs. So we're looking around the world and saying, what are they doing to produce great players? But that's a completely different set of issues. So I think parents should be looking for opportunities to give their kids different experiences. So you play for your primary club, your primary team, and then can you go and do some representative soccer? Or can you go and be an assistant coach with the young kids, the kids younger than you in the club? And that type of mixed experience is what I would like to see kids doing more. A colleague recently wrote an article about the academies, and the article was the academy player, the fighter who has never been hit. Because the environment is so closed to some extent, your development is going with exclusively people on exactly the same plan and program, and there's very little opportunity for experience outside of it. I think the academy is a highly evolved program relative to what we're able to achieve with ODP. So it's not an indictment, but it's also a suggestion of maybe what would happen if we let them go and play high school for a month. Would soccer in this country get worse? Would those kids come back in a different mind? I don't know. I think so. I like to think so. There's no easy answer, and we're all critics, and we all think that we have a different spin on the current offered solutions. But parents, which is your audience, they have so much opportunity to make informed decisions for their children. And I just hope that more and more parents, again, can just feel empowered and feel like they don't have to do what some expert says. They don't have to do that.